Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting us to participate in this event focused on BIM, sustainability, and in some way, the future. For several years now, our team at TEKNE has been actively participating in conferences centered around these topics, driven by the growing research and development in this area. As an integration design company committed to continuous development, and we have consistently engaged with the rise of BIM across all areas of design. We have also worked to support those dynamics that struggle to achieve interoperability with the most widely used software and system. What you will see today focuses on our research into BIM integration and automation to support the most demanding LEED analysis and credit. In this session, we will start with an introduction to our company, followed by a presentation of a few of our BIM projects that have achieved or pursuing LEED certification. This will highlight TEKNE's approach to sustainability, BIM, and the collaboration between our teams. Next, engineer Eduardo Hierro will present a case study on LEED, focusing on solution approaches and workflow that streamline and optimize our process. Finally, architect Santiago De Francesco will discuss the quality views credit, the most research intensive case study, and how we automate these approaches using software while exploring AI's potential to support us in this area. Okay. Before diving into today's topics, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to TEKNE Group and highlight how the company has evolved over the decades with innovation always at its core. TEKNE was the first company in Italy to implement Vector CAD back in 1992, and one of the pioneers in adopting an integrated BIM approach across most of our projects. But for us, innovation is just about using advanced tools and systems in engineering. It's also about responding to the challenges of the constantly changing society. TEKNE has shifted from focusing on building and plant engineer technologies to addressing global social and environment needs. In 2011, we launched the green building sector aligned with sustainability protocols like LEED, BREEAM, and WELL. And we also created the TEKNE S.p.A in 2014 and for energy efficiency, and the TEKNE Bio in 2018 for managing complex thermal plants. Most recently, we became B Corp certified, emphasizing our commitment to a healthy, socially responsible work environment. In recent year, TEKNE has been involved in a number of large-scale projects, and our core service, of course, remain design. We will offer civil, MEP, and structural design expertise. But as you can see, we have also expanded our scope. Today, we are actively engaged in areas like construction management, due diligence, and safety coordination. And more than ever, sustainability is a key theme running through all of our project. Okay, here's a quick overview of the project our sustainability team has worked on, always with the great dedication and commitment. As you will notice, these projects span a wide range of building types, from office and commercial spaces to residential and the airport. And one of the great advantage of TEKNE is our ability to work on such diverse projects, each with its unique client need, design challenges, and requirement. So we can definitely say that it never gets boring. Okay, I hope I haven't lost you with that brief overview. And now I like to share something important. So a couple of years ago, the company recognized the need to evolve and structure itself further, which led to creation of what we now call the BIM department. This allows us to organize ourselves into specialized teams dedicated to providing design support, fostering research and development, and ensuring better integration, also all discipline of BIM standard. At TEKNE, we work closely together across all teams, hand in hand, to achieve the same goals. TEKNE has made a strategic decision to invest in BIM implementation, focusing on a few key benefits: time optimization, which ultimately leads to cost saving, is a direct request for our client that we are committing to fulfilling. By applying BIM, we can achieve better quality, improved coordination, and more efficient data management across all stages of a project. In our daily operation, we primarily use Autodesk software, and by choice, we always push these tools to their maximum potential. We were constantly exploring new ways to implement and integrate additional features to make the most of what they offer. So up until now, this slide layout is what we have had to work with to get our sustainability designers up and running, as the software simply we did allow for true interoperability with the designer tools we were using. So our goals is to eliminate the step that disrupt the flow of the project by fully integrating everything within BIM and the available software. We were exploring way to make these tools autonomous, so we don't have to export materials outside the process. Okay, and now I give the floor to Edoardo.
Okay. Thank you, Vale. So, keeping in mind what Valeria was saying, so our goal to integrate the sustainability workflows inside our BIM workflows, we decided to choose the LEED certification as a case study. To do so, I mean, the first question is probably why we decided to start with the LEED certification in the first place. And well, the answer to this question is inside the slide, and in particular, is shown by the data. So the phenomenon of certifications in these last years has experienced an exponential growth. So directly from this, the sustainability department needs to invest lots of time and work on these certification processes. So for us, this was the perfect opportunity to optimize and enhance the sustainability workflows. And these will be useful not just for the LEED certification, but also with other certification processes as well. Just a little introduction to the LEED certification, or at least how we use it. So we usually work inside the building, design, and construction rating system. And inside this rating system, we work with the usually core and shell subsystem. What we did was to analyze all the credit categories, and we tried to understand all the tasks needed to obtain the credits. Well, obviously, we understanding which tasks were needed, the idea was to optimize them and simplify them for the sustainability department. The main tool we provided is pretty straightforward and simple for who works with BIM every day. So the idea was to create a federated BIM model. The federated BIM model is basically a model in which you link all the design models. So you have architectural, structural, MEP, facade, and everything else connected inside the federated BIM model. And the main goal for this strategy, for this tool, is to always have the last design updated in order to let the sustainability team be able to analyze everything up to date and to give feedback in order to keep everything under control. Obviously, the best scenario would be the scenario in which every team has in its scope, in its BIM use, this sustainability scope. So everyone should implement, update, and create information for the sustainability team to check. Not always is like this. You probably already know it, but I think that this is the main goal we should focus on in the future. Okay, that said, in this slide, I wanted to underline 3 different tasks that we found inside the LEED credits. So analyzing the credits, we found that we could store each task in 3 different slots. But basically, we have the standard, the complex, and the repetitive task. The standard task is basically a manually easy task to work on, and you should do it once in a while. So it's something occasional, basically something easy to work with. A complex task is, on the other hand, something manually difficult to work on, really time wasting, and it needs a lot of attention to be done. The last one is the repetitive task, and the repetitive task is something usually easy to deal with, so manually easy to work with, but you need to do it lots of times, and you even can find a pattern for it. And the idea is that you have inputs and outputs that are more or less always the same, so you can find a way to control all the process. That said, these tasks need 2 different approach. So the first standard task needs a standard approach, and the other one is a different kind of approach, which is for us the R&D approach. What I'm talking about is, for the standard approach, it's something that you already have inside your main BIM tool. So in this case, we always use Revit, Autodesk Revit. So We use shadows, drawings, visual checks, quantity takeoffs. So everything is inside the main Revit tool. You can use it to solve this kind of task. The other two, so the complex and the repetitive one. So the R&D approach means that you need to develop a more sophisticated solution, which can give you more control over the software. So in this case, I wrote down some examples. So I'm talking about using the APIs, the Revit APIs, using visual scripting like Dynamo Revit for Revit, or run inside Revit using Grasshopper or Dynamo scripts, reaching also an AI implementation, and we'll show you some examples in the next slides. Okay, so here, as I was saying, there's a list of 4 main practical examples that we wanted to show you. They're listed in order of complexity. So you start with the easiest one, which is the car parking spots check. Then pass into the bicycle parking spots, and reaching then the 3rd and 4th example, which are about the LCA material analysis and surrounding density and diverse uses credit. Well, about the car parking spots, as I was saying, this is a standard solution example because you just need to set a proper schedule in order to verify what it is modeled inside the architectural or landscape model. The point is to verify that there is a minimum of parking spots inside the design, and that's pretty fast to work with. The bicycle parking spots, it's the next step, because the requests from the credit, it's not just about having a minimum number of spots, but they also ask you to verify the distance from an entrance. Here in this slide, you can see a GIF that gives you an idea of what we used to verify this credit. And I won't get into details, but the base workflow is to use inside the federated model a Revit room that you place over the parking spots. So through this room, you can verify the distance from the room to the entrance, and through a Dynamo script, you can verify if inside that room there are the parking spots. Because if the design moves the spots, then you'll not have anything inside the room, so you can immediately understand that there was a change in the design, even if no one told you about it, so you can check it automatically. And then obviously you have some schedules that give you an image, a view of these numbers and distances. The LCA material analysis is basically something that we developed through a script. So we developed a script to export all the material information we have in the design models. So you have all the design models linked into your federated BIM model, and you export in Excel. You organize all the data for the materials in a structured way, in order to give the sustainability department a document from where to verify everything connected to materials. This surrounding density and diverse uses is the last example, is the more complex one. I'll show you just some images here. You can see a GIF about the scripts we developed to create in an automatic way the context. So the input of this script is a shapefile data that you can get from the municipality. Well, usually you can get from the municipality, And when you create inside Revit the context of your the project context, then you can check you can do lots of analysis. For example, also the daylight analysis or for the quality views check. So it's something useful for that, and obviously to verify the type of surfaces you have in the area, but also you can get informations and have drawings about the services in the area, because the credits also ask you to verify the reachable services within a 800-meter walk. So you should verify the services. And what we did with this script in this case was to create some placeholder where these services were. And the workflow is structured starting from the API of Google, getting the information you need, passing through Excel, and with Excel, you can get the data inside Revit, so through a Dynamo script, and create these placeholders I was talking about. So it's really fast explanation, but this gives you an idea of what we worked on for these credits and the different tasks that we had to work with. Okay, so now I finished my part, and I'll leave the word to Santiago, who will show you another example which was particularly challenging and well, also interesting to work with.
Okay, now we will go in deep into two solutions we developed to face the one specific credit related to quality views, which belong to the indoor environment category. This the check of this credit is very complex and requires very complex and repetitive tasks. So that's the reason why we focus in this credit to develop these two solutions in order to speed up the verification procedures. This credit requires at least have two of the following 4 types of views verified. We will start with the first one, which is multiple lines of side vision glassing in different directions at least 90 degrees apart. That means that for each windows or for each glazing areas, we have to have a different position of the observer with a 90 degrees view. As I mentioned before, to verify this credit requires very repetitive and complex task, as we can see in this floor plan from one of our projects. And to speed up this project, it was developed a script inside with Rhino inside and Revit. This script ensures us to improve the timing verification, but also to create a responsive solution to reduce the human error. How does it work, this script and this solution? This solution, as mentioned before, is a responsive solution that modifies the verification area of the type 1 requirement according different factors. One of the factors is the room size, the room shape, the window size, the position of the windows, such as closer the windows they are, the verification area change, since it's understood as a unique surface of glazing area. The solution also offers the possibility of plotting inside the room tag the surface individuated of this verification area. So this way we can verify internally in each project faster than doing each window by one and having to verify this information in different schedules. As we can see, also this information impact inside the Revit schedules with And with that information inside the software, we can also elaborate this information better. Here, we can see how the solution of this script actually works. So, according to the window size, according to the window position, according to the room size, the area verification will change and will impact directly into the room schedule that we can see in the right side of the screen. So this, we verify that internally is very useful and is able to speed up dramatically the times of checking this credit. The other solution we developed is regarding the type 2. The type 2 is a specific point that requires that views that must include at least 2 of the following elements. The first one, flora, fauna, or sky. Second one, movement. And the third one, object at least 25 feet from the exterior of the glazing. This specific type aims to understand and to figure out what actually we can see through the window to identify the quality of this view. To do so, it is important to position in the proper place the observer in order to get the proper perspective of the window to understand if we are watching what the credit is requiring us. To develop this solution, in this opportunity, we try to reduce also the elements included in this solution. So we arrived to we could arrive to a solution that uses just the API of the Revit and a software development behind that is able to manipulate this API and include cutting-edge technologies such as image recognition and artificial intelligence. So the solution for this second type consists in the following add-in, which show us a preview of each window in which we can specify the minimum sky view required in order to know if the window is verifying or not. The add-in also show us the main information of the window in order to individuate it for further modification inside the model, and also allows us to get reports in different formats, such as we show you here. The first one is the PDF format that shows us a synthesis of each window, which the main information of them, and also 2 tables. The first one is the window certification table, which shows us all the tables inside the model, highlighted actually in red color, the ones that are not verifying according to the minimum sky view required we indicated before. And the second table is a room verification table, in which we will get several tables according the rooms we have inside the model. And not just that, but also here we will have the windows with colored in red, the windows that are not verifying, and the table in different colors. When the table is green, that means that all the windows inside the rooms are verifying. When the table is yellow, that means that at least one of the windows is not verifying, according to the minimum sky view indicated before. And when the table is completely red, that means that all of the windows are not verifying. Also, we can export in different formats, such as Excel format and CSV format, in order to interact with different softwares. And also we can include, as I will show you in this video, this information inside the model in order to be able to work with this information we generated and this verification we did inside the Revit environment, and using it with the different tools that Revit already offer us. So as you can see, this is the add-in, which offers us the preview, as I mentioned before, of the window with already processed the image the window, indicating us the percentage of sky we are watching through the windows. It's important to highlight that this solution now is focusing on the sky view that we are watching through the window. So as I mentioned before, this add-in shows us the main information of each window in order to be able to individuate if we need to do some modification afterwards inside the model. We can also move back and forth along all the windows in the model. And as I mentioned before, we can export the report in different formats, in PDF, as I mentioned before, in Excel, and in CSV format. The last point to highlight about this add-in is the possibility to add this information inside the model in a specific parameter of the window. This parameter will be the comment parameter, and after clicking on this option, we will get the information of verification inside the comment parameter of each single window. That could be useful for, as I mentioned before, using it inside the model for elaborating the different documentation or continue working on it. This is the add-in we are working on, but we don't stop there. We are continue working on that, and our next goal is to improve this add-in, making it able to recognize multiple objects in order to satisfy all the type 2 requirement credits, and also in more complex situations such as multiple windows or different glazing situation. With this solution, we understood that with the current cutting-edge technologies, we are improving the limits of the current software we are using in our sector, and we are very excited of that, because we are understanding that we are pushing the boundaries of the current software more and more beyond.
Okay. Thank you, Edo. Thank you, Santi. And thank you all for your time. We'd like to close our presentation by highlighting that none of what we have achieved would be possible without great teamwork, dedication, and trust. And looking ahead, our focus is on pushing the boundary of our research and development, exploring new fields and opportunities that we haven't yet had the chance to discover and apply to our work. So, thank you once again. And we are happy to answer questions or discuss any curiosity you may have. Thank you.